Mistake them for the truth. The real danger is that if we hear enough lies, then we no longer recognize the truth at all.
Why would I have anything to say to you? All you do is lie.
What else is left but to abandon even the hope of truth and content ourselves instead with stories?
It's the role of good journalism to take on powerful abuses. And when powerful abuses are taken on, there is always a back reaction.
Take an animal virus and you increase its transmissibility to humans, right. You're saying that's not gain of function?
That is correct. And Senator Paul, you do not know what you are talking about, quite frankly. And I want to say that officially.
When you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
About is the reality of goodness, not the perception of it. And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil. Fuck them. Okay?
Welcome back, Habbening Bros, to another Monday night's Habbening TV. It is lovely to see you all here. It is bloody hot. It is hot in the UK right now. Some conspiracy theorists would say, some climate deniers would say that this is a normal consequence of it being the middle of summer. But of course, we know the real reason is climate change. Too many people going around being alive, exhaling carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, eating meat and doing all kinds of other sundry stuff. I cannot wait until finally we get climate communism. Everybody will eat the bugs, will drink the soy, will live off, energy starvation. Look, I hear, right, it's actually pretty good. You will be allowed one small battery operated heater or cooler, but you will get government mandated fans and stuff. So it will be fine. And besides, right, you got to really think about it. If you cannot survive such weather, do you have any right to be alive anyway? You're probably just, yucking up the planet with your CO2. Get dead, goddamn climate denialists. Yes, it's all right though. I'm here with my cup of toxicity. Thank you to Sadie Sapiente for this awesome mug that really that's what I do. I sort of sit here and I just sip on my toxicity, and then I broadcast it to all you lovely, lovely people out there. Tonight we have, it's been a bit of a slow news, not exactly weak, slow news period. The cycle is kind of faded out. Nothing truly massive has happened recently. Elon Musk is going to be live with Trump tonight. I tried talking to Elon and I said, look, man, could you do it a day before so I could, report it on my show? And he was like, nah, obviously he would ordinarily, right? Elon Musk and me are very, very tight. Obviously he's a man of culture. So when that happens, presumably everyone's going to lose their shit because Trump's probably going to say a naughty word, and then Elon Musk will be a spurg and everyone will be like, oh my God, the state of the world. What else has been happening? Oh yeah. So the Ukrainians have basically invaded Russia with a small 5,000 man force that pushed into Kursk, and they've just sort of been bombing and killing a bunch of stuff. It looks like this is about to be wrapped up, but it has resulted in the fact that Putin has now come out and said, nah, no peace treaty. We're not doing it. That's it. Apparently the Zaporizhzhia nuclear reactor was on fire briefly, but it was only the cooling tower. All the reactors are shut down. There's been no increase in background radiation across Europe, so everybody can relax. You can put your iodine back in the cupboard for, the next nuclear happening. So yeah, I was going to cover that, but it seems like it's a bit of a nothing burger. So instead, tonight we will be covering after the riots that I've been reporting on, probably illegally. At this point, I just, how the leftists love to say, no person is illegal. I'm not so sure if I count among those anymore. Just sitting around, just, thinking, saying stuff, being illegal, probably, I don't know. Look, no one can tell anymore, really. The laws are so fucking vague. Anyway, so the Labor government's been going around. They've just been arresting a whole bunch of people on very, very spurious charges in some cases. Just hauling you in front of court. Some of the charges were for rioting. I don't want to make it sound like they're only arresting people who didn't do nothing. But there were also some basically people tweeting when they were really angry that were then incitement to violence and that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'll be covering that. And then secondly, oh yeah. So speaking of Twitter, excuse me. It'll always be Twitter to me. You can't fucking force me to call it X. I don't care. Come at me, bro. Come at me. Elon Musk has been engaged in a massive spat, not only with Keir Stalin, as we like to refer to him here, two-tier Keir. He's got all the tiers. Tears for fears. So Keir for fears. Shut up. I don't. You know the thing, right? So he's been engaged in a public spat with Hamza Yousef, or Hamza Useless, as we like to call him. In case you, any of you Ameribros are unaware of who Hamza Yousef, now I can't say it. Hamza Yousef is. He is the ex-Scottish minister who did that big speech in Parliament about how there are so many whites in the Scottish government. This person white, that person white, not enough browns, not enough gays. How are we supposed to get the revolution going? If there are all these white people. And so Musk basically said, "Oh yeah, no, you're a massive racist." And Hamza, he didn't take kindly to that. He's like, I am not a massive racist. How dare you, sir? That's exactly what a white person would say. God damn right. Yeah. So so this has been part of this sort of larger ongoing thing that has been sort of slowly rolling along in the UK about how they are going to bring back internet censorship. Clearly, they want to go back to the days of COVID, where not only the UK government, but the US government, the Australian, any of those sort of Five Eyes government would have a contact at all social media agencies that they could just basically send a list to, every day and be like, ban that guy, he said a naughty word, he's like going against the narrative, I just don't like his face, ban him kind of thing, and return us to these sort of sanitized social media basically that we had under COVID. And thank goodness too, because it's not like the government was doing anything wrong or that any mistakes were made or that there was anything to warn anyone about, right? Right. Okay, so shut up. Yeah, so that's been like a whole thing. I'll be covering that. And final story, did you know that eating the bugs is now vegan? Yes, in a desperate attempt to keep the sort of bug train rolling after they've invested so much money into it, the World Economic Forum, the Gates Foundation, and their associated genocidal GLOW organizations have now hit upon a new marketing idea. Did you know that bugs are vegan? No, they're not, but they are. No, they're not. Well, look, everyone knows vegans are stupid, so maybe we'll try this. And this is just a light-hearted bit of a fluff story to finish off, because I didn't really feel like covering the Ukraine war in sort of great detail. Maybe I'll cover it a bit if we've got some time left over. Let's see. Anyway, let's get to the chat and say hello to all of our lovely community. Actually, since Starmer started like using that word a lot, I think I'm going to start referring to you all as the Newsfist community. Our communities have to feel safe. What are the wishes of the community? Fortunately, this community is largely self-policing and very, very well behaved, which is awesome. Anyway, so we have Sadio Sapiente, good to see you. Fox39 Forever, good to see you as well. Senor J Chivo Loophole, Lomax, good to see you, man. Lomax, of course, is responsible for the banging intro that I use every week. Fucking awesome. Total Blackout Painting, Livia Drusilla, good to see you, Livia. Captain Crisps, good to see you, man. I think that's everybody on Rumble. On YouTube, we have The Nameless One, Simon JJ, Budgie Burger, Peter Flynn, Cyberchud, Internal Affairs, Streaky Bacon, good to see you, mate. The gang's all here. It's lovely. It is lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for coming, guys. I think that's everyone. And on Odyssey, we have Camille the Wicked, and I think that's it. Total Blackout Painting, of course. Triple fisting all the chats at once, like the incredible Chad that he is. Truly a Chadly activity. Today's meme, of course. I killed a man. And you? I posted a meme about UK immigration. Whoa, that's hard, bro. That's hard. Oh, and Ivan the Horrible is in the Rumble chat as well. Good to see you. Yes, look, mate, there are a lot of horrible things that you could do to get yourself sent to prison. The most horrible, of course, of all are posting memes about the UK government that present them in an unflattering light. How dare you? How dare you? Don't you know they've got a social transformation they're trying to get going? Who are you to stand in the way of such things? Anyway, let's get on with the news. Let me just get the right window here. Okay. So we start off. The far right rallies they basically faded. A lot of people are like, oh, this is the start of the revolution, and everyone with the brain was like, nah, we're gonna go and take back the streets, and you're like, nah, this is going to like make a massive change. Well, yeah, in completely the opposite way to the one that you wanted. Basically, now all of the lefty glow orgs have been like even more massively empowered. The threat of the far right is stronger than ever, and there's going to be more cancellations and arrests and all this kind of other stuff because we live in a free country, bros, right? Where you can express whatever ideas you want, unless they're ideas that would stand in the way of race communism, in which case, have you considered maybe not expressing those ideas? This is from The Guardian. There's going to be a lot of Guardian articles in your stream, because if you want to know what the lefty egg sack is thinking, The Guardian is the place to go, mate. They are the egg sack extraordinaires. Far-right rallies abandoned amidst warning of 10-year sentences. That's a bit fucking harsh. No, it's not. It's not fucking harsh. These people are fucking fascists. Get rid of them. Lock them away in the dungeon. I swear some of these people would probably bring back like torture in the oubliette if they felt they could get away with it. Anti-racism marches attract large crowds as Foreign Secretary says that rioters forgot what it means to be English. Sede Sapiente, are you streaming to Entropy? Yes, I am streaming to Entropy. Yes. Why? Can't you find me on Entropy? I can see it open right here, as a matter of fact. Okay, wait. Now I'm confused. Right. So yes, all the people who do not want infinity migrants have forgotten what it means to be English. Oh man, now that is some Orwellian level doublespeak right there. So yes, I mean, it's The Guardian, lots of pictures of lefties with their paid for signs from stand up to racism. Shit's still kicking off in Ireland. It seems like the Irish are a bit more, rambunctious than the English. And they're still going to bring more charges. Various people, some of whom were looting, some of whom it doesn't seem they really were looting. There have been a couple of people who were arrested for basically observing, but what they didn't understand is that once the police have issued a, it's not a restraining order, a disbursement order, you have to leave. Even if they don't tell you that such an order is in effect, it is in effect, which is why it's always wise to keep an eye on the Twitter account of your local police whenever you happen to be going anywhere. Crispy13, good to see you, man. So yes, once the order has been declared to be in effect, it doesn't matter whether you know the order is in effect or not, you must leave. And if you don't leave, and even if you don't know that it's in effect, you can be arrested because we live in a free country, bro. Yes, awesome. Yes. Yes, this is from David Lammy. The far right has forgotten about what it means to be English. There's a lot of this around, by the way. A lot of the usual lefty shitbags are basically sort of solidifying the narrative that will sort of, basically sort of entrench the status quo, but even harder than before. Great stuff. I have heard it rumored that, however, that the Labour government is a bit concerned about the backlash towards immigration, and that once everything has died down and once it cannot be in any way sort of said that they were giving into the demands of the protesters or, giving them any legitimacy, they might maybe perhaps think about starting a royal commission to, examine the feasibility of, doing a study into thinking about perhaps maybe reducing immigration. So that's great. Hazer Reviews, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. And we've got Tasia as well in the Odyssey chat and Streaky Bacon as well in YouTube chat. Good to see you, man. So yes, respect for your neighbors, respect for private property, respect for the police. Yeah, no one's got respect for the police anymore. This is a bit of a problem, as I will be talking about a bit later, actually. So this is what I'm talking about. Anyone observing or participating in disorder will be refused bail. I mean, okay. If they're just observing. This is in Belfast, and Belfast has been kicking off quite a bit more than the rest of the country. It seems that that spirit that spawned the IRA is still there, and the migration thing is so bad, it's basically made the Catholics and the Protestants sort of make up and join forces, which is quite astounding, really, if you think about it, right? So these are some of the people that have been arrested for online conduct. So, arrested, charged and sentenced under the new Online Safety Act, Section 179. Dmitry Stoker was jailed today for 3 months after he faked a live stream on TikTok claiming he was being chased by the far right. Okay, so, to be fair, that is someone who would, I presume, identify as a lefty. He's an asylum seeker. Of course he is. But, sort of Tommy Robinson and his ilk would say that literally it's impossible to get arrested as an asylum seeker. So, there you go. Geraint Boyce and Jamie Michael, both from Wales, have been charged with publishing threatening material intended to stir up religious hatred, contrary to 29 CE1 of the Public Order Act 1986, carries a maximum sentence of 7 years imprisonment. Woof, mate. It doesn't really say. Oh, yes, they were publishing threatening material on a Facebook account, apparently. And in the first of its kind for the app, James Aspen used TikTok last week, Thursday, to call for violence and was subsequently arrested and charged under Section 29E of the Public Order Act. maximum of 7 years imprisonment. He hasn't been sentenced yet. Now, in order to sort of tell the UK public that the government has got this, and because, you know, Keir Starmer is a prosecutor, you know, first and foremost, right? So he's like, you know, justice must not only be done, justice must be seen to be done, and be done harshly. A bunch of these sentencing things were like actually like televised on Channel 4. Weird. So here's a couple just to give you a flavour.
You have been committed for sentence, having pleaded guilty to an offence of publishing written material which is threatening, abusive or insulting, intending thereby to stir up racial hatred. The context of your offending is that it arises out of the civil unrest and disorder in many parts of the United Kingdom. On the night of the 2nd and 3rd of August, the Britannia Hotel in Leeds was attacked by people who threw missiles which damaged windows. The police were called, and on the 3rd of August the hotel was locked down for the protection of those who were living there. At the time there were 210 occupants, many of whom were foreign refugees and asylum seekers. Similar attacks to the hotel were launched on the 4th of August. The police attended on each occasion and units were deployed.
I just want you guys to note, by the way, right? This right here is why Starmer speaks the way that he does. He is a prosecutor, right? He was head of the Crown Prosecution Service, right? So he is used to this kind of talking. Most of his talking experience has been in a courtroom. This is why he sort of talks down to people. This is why he is very, very black and white. This is why he shows no empathy. And this is why most people see him as someone void of charisma. He's a prosecutor. In another life, he would have wound up basically as a judge. You know, probably letting off Jimmy Savile, allegedly.
To safeguard the hotel and to provide an increase in the police presence in the area. In between the two attacks, you took to social media in order to encourage others towards participation in the attacks upon the hotel. As is recognised on your behalf, this offence is so serious that an immediate custodial sentence is unavoidable. Would you stand, please? The sentence that I pass has been reduced by 1/3 to reflect your guilty plea. The sentence is one of 20 months.
So I just want to point this out, right? This is how it works. If they do you for a crime like this, basically, if you plead guilty, they'll lop 1/3 off your sentence. Now, this would seem to be a bit, you know, coercive, really. But then again, there's also, you know, if you go to trial, you might be waiting years at this point, right? The legal system is so incredibly clogged. There is a lot of pressure on people who are charged like this to just plead guilty, get it over with, you'll get a lesser sentence, you know, it's done now, like, you know, just take your lumps. Very American, actually, in its approach.
Months imprisonment. You will serve up to 1/2 of your sentence in custody before you are released on licence. If you fail to abide by the conditions of your licence, you can be returned to prison to serve some or all of the remainder of the custodial term. The victim surcharge will apply and I will make a collection order.
Wait, there is a slight echo? Oh, I've got no idea why, bros. I'll look into that. Thanks for the notes, guys. Now this is this is really funny, but I'm pretty sure that it is illegal to find this funny. So, you know, we're in an interesting sort of like timeline here where, like, you know, you can literally watch like a judge talking, and if you laugh at it, you're probably committing a crime at this point. Check this out.
You can be seen to climb on a barrier and start to make monkey noises and gestures towards the counter-protesters, whose number included people of colour. You were saying that they looked like monkeys. On several occasions you rubbed your lips and shouted, "Rubber lips."
Fuck. Did I just commit a hate crime by laughing at that? I just don't know, bro. Come on. Oh, dude. Yeah, you're all going to the gulag. Don't worry, guys. I've been thinking about it. I got some like great games we can play. In the gulag, like Pass the Rat, and like, what's that growth on my arm, and all this kind of stuff, right? Now there have been some like other stuff as well. Wife of a conservative Tory councillor was done for publishing written material to stir up racial hatred. Did not enter a plea, so she's going to actually fight this in court, right? So we should get like a sort of answer on this in about 2 years, I imagine. Now it looks like what happened was that she got extremely, extremely angry. Now the BBC has reported this, so therefore I can repeat it, I guess. She said, "Mass deportation now, set fire to all the effing hotels full of the bastards for all I care. If that makes me a racist, so be it." And I think it's been bumped up to a superior court because this is allegedly too serious for that court to deal with. Okay. That's a bit weird. What are they going to like send it to the Supreme Court? Also, 2 boys, 12 years old, have been charged. One threw an object at the police, and the other, I'm not sure what he did. Oh no, the second admits to throwing a missile at a police van. So they were chucking stuff, right? Yeah. Let's see. And there's tons of people who've been caught in this dragnet. Some of them had an offensive weapon. Fair enough. 2 women have admitted to being agitators in disorder outside a migrant hotel in Manchester. This guy stole a PC's baton, and he's getting, 10 months? The agitators haven't been sentenced. Yeah, guy threw a vacuum cleaner through a window. A guy... Okay, so again, right, it's not exclusively heritage English, right? So this case, for example, 30-year-old man who posted a video online accusing Tommy Robinson of calling on people to attack mosques has appeared in court. Omar Abdizirak is charged with conveying information known to be false, intending at the time of sending to cause non-trivial psychological or physical harm to a likely audience. Jeez, man, that is a very, very vague bar. That's a low bar. The 30-year-old, a rapper from Sparkbrook in Birmingham, is alleged to have made the video that claimed Robinson has been running his mouth saying that we're going to attack the mosques. He pleaded not guilty, with his solicitor claiming he had listened to a podcast which mentioned that Robinson had made that claim and that he had believed it to be a true fact. Oh, he gets a solicitor. Nice. I wonder who paid for that. He was also guilty of possessing cannabis and racially aggravated harassment, alarm, or distress. Wait. Does that mean like racially aggravated against whites? Because if that is the case, that is literally the first time I have ever heard like white people being used as a race in this way. So perhaps all the criticism about 2-tier policing has actually stung Starmer. We got the usual other people as well. Scaffolder who took a knuckle duster. 4 other guys charged with online offences. Possessing written material likely or intended to stir up hatred or arouse fear. What the fuck does that mean? Does that... When they say possessing, so he didn't broadcast it, no one read it, he just possessed it? Oh my God. Punching an officer, disorder. Are these guys Antifa or are they chuds? They're still looking for people, burglary. Yeah, so it just goes on and on and on, mate. Now again, Lomax, yay, we've graduated to being a race. don't worry, mate. Soon we're going to be a community when they start talking about the white community. You know we've made it, bros. Cthulhu loves you. Good to see you, man. And Old Saucy as well. We also have RX in the YouTube chat. Good to see you, man. So, again, a couple of, how do I put this politely without getting arrested? Some people of possibly the Islamic persuasion. I of course wouldn't want to commit a hate crime by casting any aspersions, but they don't look like reform voters. Let's just put it at that. They also got sentenced.
Before this incident, you were of good character. I take account of your age, and I have read the character references from your family members and employer. I balance that against the requirement for punishment and deterrence, and accordingly the weight that I can give to your previous good character is limited. Adnan Ghaffur, I have taken into account the principle of totality when considering the overall term of imprisonment to be served by you, and I do not double count for the breach of your suspended sentence order. I bear in mind that you have completed 1/3 of the hours ordered. I have also read the character references from your last case. The sentences. In your case, Samir Ali, for the offence of affray, the sentence is 20 months imprisonment. In your case, Adnan Ghaffur, for the offence of affray, the sentence is 18 months imprisonment. In addition, you will serve a consecutive period of 12 months for the breach of the suspended sentence order. The total sentence in your case will be one of 2.5 years in prison. You will both serve up to 1/2 of those sentences in custody before you are released on licence. If you fail to abide by the conditions of your licence, you can be returned to prison to serve some or all of the remainder of the custodial term.
So, yeah, right. So it seems they are being relatively fair-handed in handing out sentences. This has been doing the rounds. Oh, fuck me. This is the kind of people that are ruling us in the UK. Look at this mutant, right? Like, no, this way. This is the Chief Constable, Serena Kennedy of Merseyside Police in Liverpool. She's got a message for you all, chuds. Sit down and listen.
Should be giving the grieving families and those that have got children who are recovering time to reflect. But unfortunately, we've seen thugs on the streets of Merseyside carrying out acts of violence aimed at my officers, but also impacting on our communities through criminal damage and meaning they are terrified. There's 81 injured police officers been injured across the last 7 days. However, we have made 36 arrests and there are 11 people in court having been charged and remanded in custody. You will feel the full force of the law. You may think you've got away with the events from Tuesday at Southport, Walton on Saturday night and here at the Pier Head, but we have you captured on CCTV, we have you captured on social media, we will identify, we will be coming for you, you will feel the full force of the law, and we've got the full support of the criminal justice system to make you get the sentences you deserve. You should absolutely hang your heads in shame. The impact you are having on the communities here on Merseyside, and that families are not being able to grieve and recover from the terrible incidents of last Monday. We should be giving...
Yeah, well, I mean, angry schoolmistress with too much power vibes. And there have, of course, been other arrests purely related to social media. So this is the woman, Bonnie Spofford, 55, who originally shared the Islamic name related to the Southport suspect, Ali al-Shakati. Now, in quite a sort of Chad move in hindsight, I remember thinking that this sounded a little bit sussy, and so I didn't share it. Probably a good thing. Now, She's been arrested on suspicion of publishing written material to stir up racial hatred, has been released on bail. According to her, she didn't make it up. I'm mortified I'm being accused of this. I did not make it up. Now, interestingly enough, I was actually one of the first people to reply to her original tweet, which of course has been deleted. Basically, it was, the killer's name is Ali Al-Shakti. He's known to MI6. He's like a refugee, blah, 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 blah. So I replied, do you have a source for the name? Lots of people looking into this info right now. And then she replied basically saying, again, tweet has been deleted, saying that she heard it from someone who heard it from someone in Southport Police, right? Well, now she's going to go to jail. Fucking hell. There's more of this. There's a bit. Wait, there's more. Northampton man jailed for inciting racial hatred, quote, had a fundamentally racist mindset. So I guess we are criminalizing mindsets now. It's okay to be a communist, though. Tyler Kay said he knew his post would stir up... the judge told Tyler Kay that he knew his post would stir up racial hatred as he was jailed for 3 years and 2 months at Northampton Crown Court. You have been committed for sentences to the Crown Court for the offence of publishing written material which was threatening, abusive, or insulting, intending thereby to stir up racial hatred, or having regard to all the circumstances racial hatred was likely to be stirred up. Please note, truth is absolutely no defence in these situations. You can say something that is completely true, and if they think that it is likely to stir up racial hatred, you can still be done for it. Most people would assume that if it was true, that would be a mitigating sort of like thing, but apparently not. Right, so he just basically reposted that original tweet from that other lady, and then followed it on with a message basically saying, like, everyone get out in the streets, no gloves, change your number plates, all this kind of like other stuff, and included a screenshot of another message inciting action against a named immigration solicitor in Northampton, including a time and place and several fire emojis. So, I mean, okay, like, honestly, that is a bit more specific. He admitted that he was responsible for the posts and he denied being a racist, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go, right? Obviously, the most horrible thing you can be in current year. Now, who will not be getting arrested, though, is Nick Lowles, the head of Hope Not Hate, who also published some misinformation, did a bit of a misinformation-y poo. Yes, he did. He basically reported a fake acid attack, saying that far-right protesters were chucking acid on Muslim women in Middlesbrough. He's going to be fine, right? He is going to be absolutely fine because he is part of maybe part of the inner party. Many people are being like, is he going to be investigated? I can tell you now it is highly, highly, highly unlikely that he will. Now that new narrative is being set, we have the usual sort of, lefty race grifters coming out after being racist for like ages. I'm so black, I'm very black. Have I mentioned that I'm black? The suffering of the blacks. We hate white people. And now being like, well, what are you worried about, white people? Come on, right? Like, rioters long for a Britain that has never existed. Finding a way to contain the rage of ignorant racists will prove a challenge for our political system in the years ahead until we have imprisoned or killed them all. Probably. I mean, that is clearly the subtext. Many who took to the streets in recent days could barely spell immigration, much less stop it. Yeah, well, I mean, that's a bit of a slur, and I'm pretty sure they can see the effects of it. The country they say they want back never existed. Oh, there we go, right? Don't believe your lying eyes. Britain was never a white majority country. Just look, except in the fever dream of fantasists who regret they missed the opportunity to kill Germans in the war. Okay? It's hardly surprising to that such a illiterates don't know that victory belonged not to these islands alone, but to a multicultural, multiracial empire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was mainly the Russians, actually, that won World War II. Just saying. Their adoption of the chant, "There ain't no black" in the Union Jack, which I have literally never heard any of them chanting, right? I watched a whole bunch of the riots. I didn't hear this. But yes, you know, Tommy Robinson, bad. But this is the great part. Don't get me wrong, I take street fighting seriously. As a student activist, I helped to organise the 1974 Red Lion Square anti-fascist demonstration at which the University of Warwick student Kevin Gately died. So he's perfectly happy to engage in violence on his side because they are the intelligent, the proper people, you understand. He started his career in journalism, reporting on riots in Bristol, Southall, Toxteth, and Brixton. These would be black riots, presumably. At Broadwater Farm, So again, it's the basic kind of like stuff. The idea that the riots pose an immediate threat to democracy is overblown. Nonetheless, we need to think hard about how we deal with the ugly rage of this unpleasant section of British society in the long term. Have you sort of maybe gulags or just killing everybody? You know, I mean, that would accomplish. You've got perhaps re-education camps, right? You know, clearly you can't sort of countenance that, you know, 35% of English society that thinks that there is too much migration. He's basically saying that, you know, stopping the internet is a worthless cause. What else? Our jails are full. Don't worry, they'll find more places. It's amazing what the government can do when they actually want to do something. Something that I am always kind of surprised by, you know, because the government is always like, oh, we can't do anything about that. When it's something they want to do, all of a sudden they find the money, the resources, the places, everything, right? Maybe they've got a point. Martin Luther King, 3 weeks before he was assassinated, said, "A riot is the language of the unheard," and he made no qualification to the race of the rioters. Oh, that's a very, very good point, Trevor. But, you know, we don't say that. He wants Nigel Farage to go to hell. Yeah. And we also have this one from David Lammy. If anyone needs to integrate, it is the far right. Integrate, whiteys. What are you talking about? It was never your country, right? England was never a white country. Just watch the stuff that the BBC is putting out. Have you seen the new BBC program where King Richard is disabled, black, and gay? That's history, bros, right? So yeah, this is now another problem that they're having is that according to Yvette Cooper, this is the Home Minister, she's basically second in command of the Labour government. We need to restore respect for our police. Gee, how did they lose it, Ms. Cooper? Have you sat down and have a thought about that? You know, so yes, it's horrible. The police were attacked. It's a dreadful assault on the rule of law. I bet they weren't saying that stuff when BLM was around. Surprise, surprise. You are allowed to have views on immigration as long as you don't do anything about them so that the government can basically ignore your concerns, right? Okay, just clear, right? As long as you do not do anything that the government could not basically ignore, you're fine. Many thugs. She's not permitted to tolerate brazen abuse. We're going to put thousands more neighborhood police officers and PCSOs on our street. Well, you know, it's interesting that you say that because given the way the College of Policing is going and given that, you know, being right-wing is now a horrible thing, I can predict through my crystal ball that all of the police officers you are going to hire are going to be ideological friends, which is going to accelerate the ideological conversion of the UK police, which is not going to restore respect because you get respect from the police by being impartial, even-handed, and part of the community, listening to community concerns. And the police have not done any of that for a long time. Indeed, this is the Metropolitan Police Federation. They're basically saying that police officers are resigning in their droves. This is effectively the UK's defund the police moment, and only good things can come of it, obviously. Just to give you an idea of how far the UK police have moved from their original mission, these are the Peelian principles, right? These are the 9 principles that were sort of espoused by Sir Robert Peel, who was the inventor of the UK police back in the day. The police, when they were instituted, was regarded very, very skeptically by the population because they thought it might become a sort of soft militarism to control them. Such concerns, of course, never materialized. So, these are the original 9 principles. 1, to prevent crime and disorder as an alternative to their repression by military force and the severity of legal punishment. Now, this is the first one. Now, basically what this means, right, is that the goal of the police should be to try and work with the community and address their concerns before things flare up. The police were basically invented because every single time there was like a famine or something like that, corn laws, you'd get these like riots and they'd send in the military would kill a bunch of people, and then, you know, the rioting would just get even worse. 2, to recognize always that the power of the police to fulfill their functions and duties is dependent upon public approval of their existence, actions, and behavior, and on their ability to secure and maintain public respect. I think that ship has sailed a bit, bros. 3, to recognize ways that to recognize always, to secure and maintain the respect and approval of the public means also securing the willing cooperation of the public in the task of securing observance to laws. Yeah, you've lost that as well. 4, to recognize always that the extent to which the cooperation of the police can be secured diminishes proportionally to the necessity and use of physical force and compulsion for achieving police objectives. In other words, they're basically saying, if you have to use force, you've already lost. Well, they're using force all the time now. To seek and preserve public favor by, you know, basically to use physical force rarely and only when the exercise of persuasion, advice, and warning is found to be insufficient. Yeah, they've lost that too. To maintain at all times a relationship with the public that gives reality to the historic tradition that the police are public and the public are the police. The police being only members of the public who are paid to give full-time attention to duties which are incumbent on every citizen. Yeah, they've lost that as well. 8, to recognize always the need for strict adherence to police executive functions and to refrain from even seeming to usurp the powers of the judiciary of avenging individuals or the state. Yeah, they've lost that too. And 9, to recognize always that the test of police efficiency is the absence of crime and disorder, not the visible evidence of police action in dealing with them. So they have failed on all 9 points, bros. This is from the Daily Mail. I think this actually got taken down, but someone archived it by Mail Online reporter. Someone wouldn't even put their name on this. And they're like, nah, bro, no, it's fine. You know, in most of the country, the Brits are still an ethnic majority. I mean, obviously it's trending down, and the last data we have is from 2021. What are you worried about, right? Like, it's a good thing. There's a bunch of factual errors in this that people have like pointed out, but you know, it's more of that basic sort of thing. Tommy Robinson bad. Why are you white people always complaining, bros? Right? So anyway, actually, to give you a feel of the current mood in the UK, this is some footage from Leicester Square. Oh yeah, we had another stabbing in Leicester Square today. Some guy just randomly stabbed a kid and someone else outside like a shop. You know, part and parcel of living in a big city, bros.
The UK's fucked up and there's no one coming over to save me. Elon Musk is trying to beef with Keystone, it's crazy. All that we want is our borders closed, but all that we got is whoever's enclosed. If I speak my mind, then I am far right. I guess I better pack my bags, cause I'm fucking up over the opponent, where the streets are safe, and you're not here to lock me up in jail over a comment I'll put on Facebook. I guess I kinda like the way you push me away. We're patriotic, but one thing is that we are not racist. I try and see a doctor, but my time is just wasted. I'm not being funny, but where are the kids? No women inside, just bet on those ships. Stop giving them money and sort out our shit. I guess you'd rather make more friends like Jimmy and Phil over in Poland. They keep their streets safe, and you're not here to lock me up in jail over some comments I left on Facebook. I guess I kinda like the way you push me away.
Yeah, everything's going to shit, and he's still like, oh, I'm not racist, bro. You will be. You will be. Now, basically, this has rolled over into a large push, as I was saying, where the Labour government desperately wants to crack down on social media. Now, how exactly this is going to work, I don't know, but I am absolutely sure that at the moment there are hundreds of think tank wankers desperately trying to figure out how they can nerf social media and take us back to the before 4 times. One of the things that they are particularly keen on targeting is Telegram. I don't know how they're going to do this because basically, as far as I know, everyone who uses Telegram uses a VPN, and because of the way Telegram is structured, and this is one of the reasons why the Russian military uses it, right? It is really properly anonymous, right? Of course, the government is not a fan of that. People be organizing, they're stirring up anti-Muslim and anti-migrant hate, distributing locations and targets, disseminating practical advice for would-be rioters, and encouraging extremist violence, including arson and accelerationist disorder. You're allowed to do that, by the way, if you're communist. If you're Antifa, that's fine. Just, it's just, I wouldn't object so much if they were like, have you heard about the threat from like far left violence, of which there is a substantial amount, right? Far right agitation. They reviewed 16 channels. Oh wow, awesome. So what, like an average Monday? It's all white supremacy, blah 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 blah. They're very, they're angry that people on Telegram are angry about migration. They're angry that, whites, however you define that, are organizing on Telegram. So, yeah, basically, right? Oh, come on, Twitter. Now, Elon Musk has, he's really taking that 4chan pill to heart. This is a freaking crazy meme. Wait a second. Can I actually zoom that to like the whole page? No, I can't. I remember when I saw this picture, that meme was the first thing that went through my mind. But Elon said it from the safety of America, where they have like free speech. And he has been beefing with Hamza Yousef after Hamza came out and said this.
As for Elon Musk, he is I would suggest, one of the most dangerous men on the planet. He uses his billions. He is unaccountable to anyone to amplify far-right, white supremacist ideology. He has, as you have rightly said, suggested, I think, is hoping for civil war in some parts of Europe, including in the UK. And instead of using X as a platform for good and using his enormous wealth for good, he is using it, I think, for the most wicked evil possible. And in terms of regulation, let me say this is something that the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, will now have to think seriously about what more needs to be done. We need to have better regulation to ensure that we don't have the kind of disinformation that has run rampant in the last week be allowed to do so in the future with such devastating consequences.
Yes, we don't like Elon Musk. Poor Hamza. Poor Hamza. Show us where Musky boy touch you. Musk has been on one, right? So this is another tweet that he posted afterwards. Hamza is obviously super racist against white people. I dare that scumbag to sue me. Go ahead, make my day. He is super racist. Scotland gave him everything, and yet he loathes white people. This is obvious because he has never complained about the race of any other country's leadership. There are over 200 countries in the world, most of whom have a single race leadership. Why is he only attacking Scotland? Kunst Kenneth Krieg, welcome in News Fistung. Good to see you, mate. Now, after sort of Hamza said that he might sue him, Elon came out with this. Legal discovery will show that however big a racist he's been in public communications, he is vastly worse in private. And this started people speculating, right? You know, Elon bought Twitter. Anyone with a brain knows that Twitter DMs are not encrypted. So don't say anything on Twitter DMs that you wouldn't want, like, you know, anyone knowing, basically, right? So Musk probably has a copy of all of Hamza's private Twitter DMs, presumably where he's like slagging off white people. So this should be like funny. This is, okay, so one of the guys who used to run Twitter, an ex-Twitter boss who almost certainly would love to get back to his job of like censoring the people that he hates. Look at that. Oh, physiognomy. It cannot be right that Musk can sow discord without personal risk. He's a jet setter. Perhaps fear of unexpected detention will concentrate his mind. Now, this is basically what you'd expect. Musk mention Trump. You know, now, he goes on about free speech, and this is quite interesting. Again, nobody with a brain didn't know this was the case, but you know, it's refreshing to see it laid out so clearly. For US-based tech firms, the concept of free speech is perceived somewhat differently. In my time working under a significantly more enlightened regime at Twitter, enlightened meaning communist, obviously, it was quickly clear to the team in London that the notion of free speech espoused in San Francisco wasn't always focused on creating the kind of utopian world you might casually imagine. What utopian world? There is no... Oh my... Stop trying to create a utopian world. Stop imagining that a utopian world is possible. Could you just get back to like trying to make like a reasonably managed world? Oh my God, I fucking hate these people. We'd regularly see that there was a dark side to the idea that anyone could say just anything time and time again. It led to a minority group, a subset of straight white males, being able to aggressively target large portions of the rest of society, including women, the LGBTQ plus community, and ethnic minorities. And clearly, that is their job, to be the small vociferous minority that targets the rest of society. The worst part was that left unchecked, this group ruined the experience of the platform for everyone else. Well, I can tell you, most certainly, Mr. Daisley, that when you were in charge of Twitter, it ruined the experience for me and many, many other people because you couldn't fucking speak your mind and you had no idea what you could even say. So everything on Twitter just became like all this really, really banal bullshit. Highland Full, good to see you, sir. No. So yes, wank. Terry Breton, the EU's head diplomat, has just sent Elon Musk a stiff letter reminding him of his obligations under the EU's Digital Services Act because of the conversation he is about to have with Trump live on X tonight. And Terry Breton warns Musk that if there is any hate speech or, you know, any kind of like, anything that we don't like, we're going to come down on you like a sack of bricks. I honestly think that eventually what is probably going to happen is that Musk is going to have to basically leave all these other countries and just base Twitter in the US, at which point, presumably, it will become a lot easier for countries to block and, you know, people might need to use like a US VPN to get to Twitter. Now, it's interesting, by the way, that the glowocracy did not always have this problem with Twitter. Back in 2009, does anyone remember the Arab Spring? Well, when the Arab Spring kicked off, right, all the people in the West in foreign affairs were like, oh, the freedom of communication is such a powerful tool for getting the message out, for overthrowing authoritarian dictatorships, right? They were all for it, man, when it was, you know, in Tunisia, Iran, Moldova, Egypt, Ukraine, right? They were all like, oh, it's so awesome. It was only when the social media people started, getting annoyed with them that it's something like, oh, we got to crack down, right? God. Elon Musk brands Hamza Yousef a super racist scumbag. I really hope this is going to stick. I think that is like the best epithet ever. He clearly is a super racist scumbag. He says, yeah, go ahead, sue me, make my day. And look, Musk has just been, mate, he's been posting some like crazy shit basically. Like where's So, you know, he retweeted this, talking about differences in in-group preference between whites and other racial groups. Spicy. Pretty sure that's illegal in the UK, Mr. Musk. Talking about how Venezuela banned private gun ownership because they're socialists. Yeah, it's crazy. He's just going for it, man. I just don't think he cares anymore. And this might have something to do with it as well. X is now apparently the world's top news app on the iStore. So they can't ban it, right? And they can't affect its Twitter stock price. It's privately owned. It's going to be very, very hard to pressure Musk, you know, especially now that he's like hooked up with Trump and the Trump administration and the PayPal mafia. He's got powerful friends as well now. He's not just some weird nerd guy with an electric car company. He has very serious political backing now. Right. So yes. Oh, and before we get on to our last article, I once again, I wish to appeal to you for funding and donation. I hope this works, bros. I just installed this new thing.
We need Earth monies to appear as normal Earth peaks. Yeah! Mini Moose, how much have we earned?
I need Earth money. Yes. Please give me your Earth monies, bros. That would be awesome. Did the sound come through? I presume it did, because you guys are laughing. Yes, please donate to a poor streamer. 100% of your Earth monies will go to sustaining me with things like food and stuff like that, which I hear is very, very important these days. And speaking of important food, check this out, bros. Or at least I would if the page would load. Come on. Oh, God. I hate it when that happens. I had to reboot the browser because it was being retarded. Okay, well that is extremely annoying. You talk about Russia a bit, but I really wanted to talk about this. Basically, how crickets be vegan. Now, here we go. Is it loading? Yes. Oh God, finally. Thank you. Yousef, I set an entropy. It's not currently okay. Wait, let me reload entropy. Oh, I've been bloody logged out. Thank you very much for telling me, guys. Oh, for fuck's sake. That's why I wasn't getting beeps or anything. Right. Okay. Okay, hang on. Let me... Right, so we have a couple from... got one... No, wait. Wrong one. Where is it? Confetti from Years. Super racist scumbag might be the new super straight. I like it for $3. Thank you very much, Years. And that's the only one. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, I don't know why Entropy isn't streamed, but you can still send me super chats via Entropy. Goddamn Entropy. What the hell? Right, yes, so back to the Eat the Bugs. So did you know that bugs are now vegan? No, they're not. They are a great source of protein and taste like lamb or beef. Yeah, I'm doubting that. When cooked, so are kitchens and restaurants finally ready for the insect revolution. We have been pushing this shit for literally 10 years and no one is doing it. In a warm summer afternoon in Finsbury Park, North London, I am sitting in a restaurant preparing to eat a cricket ball. Not an object on the end of my fork is not cork and string and red leather, not that kind of cricket ball, but a meatball made out of crickets. I am very, very funny. Don't you know I write for The Guardian? But the cricket ball is delicious. The other plates in front of me are a roasted vegetable salad with Moroccan spice, minced cricket and pasta, served with a cricket brisket. What the fuck is a cricket brisket? Gross. Brisket is one of my most favorite things. Get the word of brisket out of your goddamn mouth. He finds himself nibbling at all of it continuously. The restaurant Yum Bug. Oh, God. I will not be attending, bros. Also serves dishes containing whole roasted crickets. But their specialty is transforming crickets into a meat substitute. Fucking hell. So, I mean, yes, but, okay, where's the bit with, this is the guy. Can I get a physiognomy check? on this dude. He's just a soy face. Wait, do I have like a I've got like a soy face here somewhere. I need the proper like soy jack. So where's the vegetarian angle? Come on. It's basically being put in pet food. Great. Come on. It doesn't actually say it. Here we go. Right, here we go. Then there are the ethical considerations. Insects may be a sustainable source of protein, but they are still technically meat, and the crickets still need to be reared and slaughtered systematically. Oh, so they're not really targeting vegans or vegetarians. Goddamn, Guardian fucking like lied to me again. But there is a growing class of diet known as ento-veganism. This guy says he's a vegan aside from insects. Okay, not really. Gay. Totally gay. Right. Okay, so enough of that. Let's get on to the cringe, bros. Sorry about entropy, everyone. I guess I'll have to remember to reload it before I go live. Right, let's get on to the cringe. This is one of my favorite ones. Daffy Duck. Right. Where is it? Okay. Humans for Kamala. Woof.
Why are y'all voting for Kamala Harris?
I don't want to lose my rights. Like, I'm a trans man and I'm gay and I have been pregnant and I've had an abortion before and I don't want to lose that. I'm afraid of not being able to be myself anymore because from what I've heard, Trump's America doesn't want me to look like this. So that's why I'm here today and that's why I'm voting blue.
What about you?
I've also been pregnant and had an abortion before. I was a minor and it would have been dangerous for me to...
Imagine being the kind of person that like literally leads with like the fact that you've had an abortion, right? Like you meet someone and like, in the first couple of minutes, tell me about yourself. Oh, I had an abortion. I didn't really, I remember when that was like something, you sort of mostly kept to yourself,
Properly, like it would have been dangerous for me to carry a baby with like personal reasons and everything. I also I'm very, alternative, and I feel like if Trump were to win, I wouldn't be able to express myself through my looks and everything, and wouldn't be able to have the piercings or the dyed hair or the tattoos that I want. I would be able to be myself, and my dad's very pro-Trump, and I'm just very pro-Kamala. Pro-Kamala, yeah. I don't, it's just...
Does that cause a divide at all?
Yeah, it definitely does. He thinks...
Daddy issues. Daddy issues personified.
That Kamala's going to ruin the country, but I think that Trump would do worse, a lot. Kamala is going to be good for the country.
I mean, did anyone tell them that Trump was already in office for 4 years and no one was rounding them up because they shop at Hot Topic? I don't know. I think this is from the same guy. Cat ladies for Kamala. This is just weird.
Why are you voting for Kamala Harris?
Because she is the woman that we need right now.
Is there any specific policies or anything that really makes you vote for her?
I just believe in her. I believed in her when I lived in California, and I still believe in her now.
Because she's all about the middle class. She's like us, and Trump is bad. That's just...
Trump's bad?
She's everything we're looking for. She is. She's just everything we're looking for. She's looking for peace and love and sharing and cooperation and healthcare and food for kids. What a crazy idea. We love her. Yeah. She's amazing. We need her. This country needs her. And Tim Walz.
The cat ladies for Kamala. So can you kind of explain that to me?
Well, I think you got it right there. I don't need to go any further than that.
Are you a cat lady for Kamala?
I am a cat lady from Kamala, obviously.
I saw you in line earlier with this childless cat lady is voting Kamala. Can you explain the reasoning behind this shirt?
Because I don't have kids. We tried to have kids. We waited too long. We were enjoying our, life. And just because you don't have kids doesn't mean you're a bad person. And she cares about everybody, not just people who don't have kids. What happens if I couldn't have a child?
What happens if I had medical problems? That's not right. You don't talk down to people because they don't have kids. Doesn't mean they're bad. And these guys, are all about it. Us, everybody, not just the 1%.
Honestly, legitimately, these kind of people are like the best argument against democracy that was like ever invented. Whenever I watch stuff like this, I'm just like, this is why I believe in elite theory. Bro. So if any of you Ameri bros fly Delta Airlines, don't worry. The planes might crash, but you will not hear any kind of non-inclusive language on their in-flight announcements.
But the other more subtle forms of communications, I would call them the little c communications. They might even be verbal communications. So we're beginning to take a hard look at things like our gatehouse announcements. We welcome ladies and gentlemen, and we've asked ourselves, is that as gender inclusive as we want to be? We're looking at some legacy language that exists in some of our employee manuals and getting to the root of the way some things are described and saying, does that actually send a message of inclusivity? So I think, but the other more subtle forms of communications, I would call them the little c communications.
Yes, I was just replying to Victorian Time Traveller. Newsfist, I'm an author of horror, and Kamala's laugh is more horrifying than the fictional demon I have written about. Yeah, man, Kamala could literally give Lovecraft a run for his money, right? Like, I could imagine Lovecraft doing, like, a short story where, a sort of, quiet, sort of, like, white dude joins the Democratic Party and, he slowly, works his way up until he finds in, like, a closet somewhere, like, a rainbow dildo made of, like, various, like, shapes and cyclopean angles, and, he starts having, like, weird dreams, and then eventually he meets Kamala Harris, and she's just, like, munching on a constituent or something with a big teeth. I could totally see that. That'd probably make a good short story, actually. Right. Now, there has been some controversy. Oh, by the way, the Paris Olympics is over now. Thank God. The closing ceremony was about as globo homo as you could think. I'm sick of it, honestly. But this was funny. This was Australia's entry in the breakdancing champions. They have breakdancing Olympics now because why not? If we're going to speed run degeneracy, let's go for it. Yeah, she got 0 points for that. Obviously because of racism or misogyny or something, not just because it was a crap routine. Now, just let it never be said that I can't appreciate black culture. I don't know who this was, but this is one of the other contestants. This is actually pretty good. Now that is breakdancing, right? Not whatever the fuck she was doing. Right, we got some... oh, no. This is still semi-cringe. This is Jim from Correct Not Political. Good dude. I would highly recommend giving him a follow. Check this out. This is from a while back, but it's still really funny.
I just noticed your placard said refugees welcome here. I was just wondering if you'd like to go down on the list saying you're willing to take refugees into your home.
Of course not. Only problem is I rent.
You rent?
Yeah.
Maybe an issue?
Yeah, because they've put 9 bedrooms in a 4-bedroom house, so we're pretty much...
So, should you actually adopt a refugee and take them into your home?
Well, if I had any space, I would.
If you had any space.
It wouldn't be
right.
a nice place to bring them.
Yeah.
It's a bit overcrowded.
Right.
But yes, if I had the space, definitely.
Thank you very much for that, love. Pop one into your home.
I did a rental there, so I can...
Rental?
Yeah.
You can't do it?
Yeah.
Someone else's job?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, I can't.
You can't take one?
I don't have
Don't have the space?
Okay.
You have a refugee stay at your house?
Yeah, I don't mind.
You got on the list?
I don't mind, yeah, I'll take you in the thing. Oh wait, I can't, because my house is a little small and...
Amazing. Now, would you be willing to have a refugee in your home? Yes, if I had room. If you had room, it's funny that. To adopt a refugee?
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Any reason in particular?
I don't want sort of refugee are you talking about?
Excuse me, would you be willing to adopt a refugee into your home?
No.
No. Sorry, come. Would you adopt a refugee into your home?
No, thank you.
No? Adopt a refugee?
I would be willing, yeah, if I had the space.
If you had the space?
Yeah.
So, where should we put them then?
Where should we put them?
Yeah.
There's plenty of people who have got them.
Who are you, mate? My name's Jim, who are you?
My name's Alistair. I'm already adopted a refugee, thanks.
What does racism mean to you?
It means not equality for those who can't belong here.
For those that don't belong here?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Nice one, Jim. Right, we got some funny videos now. This is a classic. Enjoy.
Women are women. Well, I'm telling you, as a man, that's bullshit. You know what? Nobody confronts your ass. That's the problem. Really? If they'd say, really? What the? You want to bet? What the fuck is going on? Do you know how many people you've embarrassed at City Hall? Me, embarrassment to City Hall? They have to tolerate that shit. You are fucking nuts. You are nuts. You're not a woman. You don't look like a woman. You don't act like a woman. Really? You're fucked in the head. What's wrong with you? Well, look at yourself. For Christ's sakes. Really? For Christ's sakes, who would want to even be close? My God. Really? It's horrible. I don't know why. You are not a fucking chick. Why am I so horrible? Do you still have a dick? You know what? That is none of your fucking business. Do you think there's one person that really thinks that you're a chick? I know a lot of people that agree with me and that accept me for who I am.
Oh, mate, that guy is like so based. Oh, Dr. Fauci is back, bros. You'll never guess what's just happened to him. Check this shit out.
I got infected about 2 weeks ago. It was my third infection, and I had been vaccinated and boosted a total of 6 times.
Whatever you say, Tony. Whatever you say. I kind of doubt that he actually took that many boosters, but you know, I guess there's always hope, bros. There's always hope. Oh, this is really, really funny. Don't do this. God doesn't take kindly to this kind of language.
No one in the world have the power that I have. No one in the world, nowhere in the world, not even in America, have the power that I have. And if you don't think I have that power, in Jesus' name, God strike me. Hallelujah.
Be careful when you say that, bro. Oh, dude. Now this is for the Amero Bros. This is from USDA Prime Memes. You know me. I love the Amero Bros. Well, you know, the right kind of Amero Bros. Check this out.
Cheeseburgers on fire, glory grill, fried chicken in the whirlwind, freedom thrill, eagle scream, fry supreme, pickups roaring, liberty dream, liberty dream, hot dogs on the warpath, ketchup flow, laugh through the chaos, we conquer and glow. Texas tornado, barbecue bliss, hurricanes of bacon, life with a twist. Statues of liberty, dressed in memes, stars and stripes, techno gleam, monuments.
Tornadoes of bacon. Oh, mate, fucking awesome. This is just weird. You know, enjoy.
Gotta break them on something. And it's gotta be bumping. City of Compton.
It's where it takes place, so I ask your attention. Mob with the dog round.
Wow, wow, wow.
Oh, dude. This is like stupid as well.
To speak to whoever made this.
You made it.
Did you not like it?
I just wanted to tell you I absolutely loved it. I'll take 25 more of them.
It's going to be $238.50.
Aren't you going to ask why I'm buying so many?
That's really none of my business, sir.
I think you should ask me why I'm buying this many. I've got a camera, and I'm buying a lot of stuff.
Why are you buying this many?
Oh, I'm actually going to take them down to the homeless shelter.
That's really sweet of you.
And
the price is $238.50.
I'm making a video. I gotta get this shit for free.
Can't give it to you for free.
I want to speak to your manager.
I'm sorry, is there a problem over here?
That guy over there, he tried to charge me for food that I'm planning on giving to the homeless.
This is a big order, sir. You need to call ahead next time.
I'm a goddamn kindness influencer. You should give it to me for free.
I don't like your tone of voice right now, sir. It's cool that you want to help the homeless, but you really have to call ahead next time.
If you don't give this to me for free, I am not going to shout you out in the caption, and I'm going to make you look bad in the edit. This is about kindness.
This is about kindness? It's about you.
Why didn't you decide to help today?
I don't like the homeless.
I'm a kindness influencer. That's what I'm going to call myself now, bros. I'm a kindness influencer. You may now only refer to me by that sobriquet, or I'll stick the Antifas on ya. This is also stupid. Enjoy.
The Brain Rot Alphabet. A is for alpha male. B is for baby Gronk. C is for Cuddy Boy. D is for Duke Dennis. E is for edging. F is for phantom tax. G is for Gia. H is for hair maxing. I is for Ice Spice. J is for Jojo Siwa. K is for Kai Sinat. L is for Livy Dunn. M is for Mewing. N is for No Nut November. O is for Only in Ohio. P is for Prime. Q is for Quandale Dingle. R is for Riz. S is for Skibbity Toilet. T is for That Vegan Teacher. U is for Upper Deckies. V is for Vector, specifically the TikTok Vector. W is for What the Sigma. X is for XQC. Y is for You Are My Sunshine LeBron James. And Z is for Zesty.
It's over, say days. This is funny as well. Shout out to all my sort of, brown adjacent viewers. You're cool. Check it out.
Quick message, just so you know, and I wanted you to hear it from me first. Went hospital today for a blood test, and I'm positive for Indian COVID. They don't think it's too bad, but they said it could get worse over the weekend. I just let you know that Sherry Bancha Diva data test of the order.
You've got to watch that Indian COVID. Right, more stupid stuff.
Hey, hello?
We know you're here to meet a 13-year-old boy, all right?
What?
Yep.
You guys, you have the wrong person.
Stop.
No, I'm not following you. Dad.
What? There's...
This isn't our guy. Thank you! It's the wrong guy. You can't spring up and do this shit to something.
I thought it said Caucasian. And then what did it say?
It said not Caucasian. What if we just kept filming?
Okay, yeah, wait, no, hold on, we got the intro.
We don't even blur out his face. We just keep
don't have to.
What do you?
We
No,
need a
I'm
video
not
to
consenting
put
to
it on.
We need a video.
I'm not-
No one's gonna know
he's
not a fucking pedophile.
What do you mean? Yes, they will.
Dude, look at yourself. Shut the fuck up. This is our.
We are
Just like his kid's name was Freddie. Go with that. Go with that. Freddie, 13-year-old boy.
Freddie, 13-year-old boy.
I'm not
What
the
do
guy. You
what do
already
want me to
admitted
say
to
yourself?
that. Ow!
You
Oh!
disgusted
What the hell, man? I mean, you've been great.
Johnny
You've
Idiots?
been awesome.
I've been great?
You're
You're
not posting this.
Yeah, we'll tag you.
This video's gonna fuck.
That's gonna rip. This is gonna do fucking numbers. Holy shit.
And a bit from Damien Soylash. This is great.
My sustainable daily routine is a stay-at-home dad in London. Around 11 AM, our carbon-neutral fur baby Xavier wakes me up for some morning bonding, before heading downstairs for the first nappy change of the day. These bamboo doggy diapers are super absorbent and help save the planet. On with a new one and they're baby fresh, ready for brunch. For Xavier's brunch, I make a blend of vegan and bug-based puppy food which have exactly the same protein as meat with half the carbon footprint. Nama nama. After brunch, I give Xavier an hour of creative learning with recycled toys designed to encourage early neurological development. Then around 3 PM, I get Xavier in the stroller and take him to my girlfriend's boyfriend's house to get some exercise in their family garden. As a neurodivergent fur baby, Xavier has loads of energy, so keeping them active can be challenging even though we always have loads of fun. Once home, we'll spend an hour watching the usual cartoons before their soy milk booster meal before bed. Digesting half a litre of soy milk usually tires them out enough just in time for beddy buys. A long story time before bed helps educate and soothe Xavier into sleep, so that they're ready to do it all again tomorrow.
Right. Cute animal videos. Enjoy, bros. Now that is one athletic squirrel. Oh, this is really funny and stupid. Goddamn seagulls. Got some like cute stuff now.
You coming? Okay, this walk took a while.
Aw, it hops like a bunny. Cute furball. I think this is a quokka eating a carrot. Aw. What else have we got? Oh, this is just weird. It's a cat box.
ทำไมมันพอดีกับหนูแบบเนี้ย โค้งหัว รับกับช่วงตัว รับกับช่วงขา ได้ยินมีไหมซอง โอ้ยสภาพ ทิ้งกล่องได้นะ แต่ทิ้งลังนี่ไม่ได้ละ ขั้นสุดของการลงลัง
Oh, this is a really cute papa.
Noche en Managua, Nicaragua. Me gustan los aviones, me gustas tú. Me gusta viajar, me gustas tú. Me gusta la mañana, me gustas tú. Me gusta el viento, me gustas tú. Me gusta soñar, me gustas tú. Me gusta la mar, me gustas tú. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Je ne sais pas. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Je ne sais plus. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Je suis perdu. ¿Qué horas son mi corazón? Me gusta la moto, me gustas tú. Me gusta.
Aw. What else we got? And the final two are foxes, especially for Fox 39 Forever, in honor of her foxiness. Aw. And another fox video. Oh, look at this beautiful fox. And that's the end of the show, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I will be on Discord and Dragons tonight on Use the Unix channel. We have Paul Fahrenheit, Raging Mandrill, and Aiden Paladin. So come along. That should be a good show. Starts in about an hour and a half. Let's have a quick goodbye to people in the chat. Fox 39 Forever. Use the Unix. See you soon. Seti Sapiente. Cthulhu loves you. Ivan the Horrible. J. Chiva Loophole. And Olivia Drusilla. Who else do we have on Rumble? Total Blackout Painting, of course. Teabagging Therapist. And Lomax, who has buggered off, but nonetheless gets a shout out. And Captain Crisps, of course. On Odyssey, we have Highland Fool, Tasia, Total Blackout Painting again, and Camille the Wicked. And on YouTube, we have Budgie Burger, Nameless One, Victorian Time Traveler, Anti-Whiteism Ends With You, Janice, who else? Anybody else? I think there are a couple more people, but there's only so far. Cyberchud Internal Affairs, Streaky Bacon, Evil Author 1776, Simon JJ, thanks for coming, man, and RX. And I think that's everyone. I will see you all on Thursday. Hopefully there'll be some more happenings. I'll probably cover the Ukraine thing once we get a bit more information about it and stuff. Hope you all have a great week, and I will see you on Thursday. Good night, everyone.